Kenny Hope, my man, how you doing?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. It's hot and heavy right now, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, really, really?
It's hot and heavy on this Monday.
Terrence Watson, my boy, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yo, man, don't come with that. No, the energy is raised up the bar, man. We gotta come with the higher energy tonight, man.
Look, man, I'm still fighting off my birthday weekend shenanigans, but I'm feeling
man.
good, you know.
Shades in Advil, baby.
Oh, what is it? The big 3-9 or the big 4-0?
3-9. You know what I'm saying?
39, baby, 39. One more, man. One more, you 40.
I got one more lap. So I'm in CM Punk territory. You know what I'm saying?
If you're watching live on Twitter, YouTube, first of all, thank you. We really appreciate it. We're doing this 2 out of 3 Falls podcast live right after Monday Night Raw. Any questions, comments, feedback, hit us up in the chat. So if you're watching, on the lower right is Kenny Holt. On the upper right is Terrence Watson. On the lower left is our boy Cornell Gunther. Second time on the show. His debut was a John Cena heel turn for the ages. So he was like, "Yo, whenever you want to have me back on, hit me up." So here he is, Cornell Gunther. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. You know, if y'all watched last night, then y'all know exactly why I'm dancing. You know why I'm dancing. Not last night. I'm sorry. Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm switched to PLE's being on Sunday. My fault. But if y'all, you know why I'm dancing, because did we not talk about what just happened at the end of this show on Saturday night after the chamber?
Right.
Did somebody not say, I think this is going to happen because it'll be the easiest way to tell 2 stories at one time?
Well, for the record, you said there will be a triple threat at Mania, but nobody said EO was going to win on Raw and walk in WrestleMania with the belt.
It's not about the journey. It's not about how you get there. It's just about where you're going. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just about the destination. So that's what I'm saying. We at the destination of Bianca guilty. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah,
bro. And she's coming out with the white jacket with the shades and act like nothing ain't bothering her. You know damn well she's guilty,
bro. After Rhea lost, look at Bianca's face.
Yeah,
she's smirking, she's smiling. Bianca got what she wanted again by accident.
Yeah,
another circumstantial situation where this has benefited Bianca in her eyes because she's beat EO many times before. She never had to go against somebody as dominant as Rhea, right? They've always been, East Coast, West Coast, battle of the Mohegans, right? But now it's like, well, I don't want to go against. I want to go against somebody I already beat before. Anybody want to do that?
It's like she's canceling everybody out for her road and path to get to a championship.
Jade came out to got Naomi. Again, every time Bianca's involved in something that has to do with her pursuing a singles, her own thing, somebody gets canceled out. Hey, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
I hear you. Again, you're watching live on YouTube, X. Hit us up with any questions, comments, feedback you have from Raw tonight, Chamber on Saturday. The podcast is on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music. Go to youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. Terrence, since you weren't here on Saturday, and we're going to work our way backwards. So let's talk about Raw. Io Sky, 15 minutes ago, became the new women's champion, taking down Rhea Ripley. As of right now, it's Io and Bianca heading into WrestleMania, but some feel it will be a triple threat. What was your take on the main event? Io Sky is now the new women's world heavyweight champion.
I mean, for one, let's just give it up to Trips, because this Raw, man, this is top 3 Raw since January 6th.
How many matches tonight?
This was about 5.
Okay, so we got.
It was a short card,
about 5.
but they were all like really. I felt like really great matches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this lead up as like I feel like the road to WrestleMania like really starts now. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can say from the Rumble, what have you, but now we're cooking
picking up. It's picking up now. Yes.
Yeah.
Baby.
And as far as that last match, I think I texted you guys where I was like, "Yo, are we gonna get a triple threat?" And then because I was like, "Oh yeah, Bianca's gonna cost, now Bianca's gonna interfere, probably, do something to Rhea, and then she's gonna cost Io. So like now we get a triple threat, but I guess they they once again one-upped us and proved to us why they're the writers. And they gave us a little curveball, but I still think that we end up with a triple threat match, which will be interesting because one-on-one, Rhea struggles with Io, right? But Io struggles with Bianca, and I don't think, and somebody please fact check me on this, but I don't think Bianca's beaten Rhea one-on-one. I think she's beaten her in tag matches, but I don't think she's beaten her one-on-one, at least not since NXT.
Well, in NXT, to your point, Rhea beat Bianca at TakeOver. So yeah, to your point, yes, she has not won one-on-one competition, which again strengthens my case.
I mean, it just opens the door for like, wow, like we really might have like, you know, we got contention for like 5 matches of the year at WrestleMania if they all go the way we think they can go.
And also the fact that they put the point out, which I didn't know. They put the point out of Io was undefeated against Rhea Ripley. Like, oh, right. Very interesting. You put that on the nameplate, whatever, and then she's still undefeated against Rhea Ripley. So that's Rhea's little kryptonite over there.
Yo, she's her Achilles heel, man. She's a little too quick and nimble for Rhea. You know what I'm saying?
Mania card shaping up pretty damn nicely. Yeah. Nice. March 3rd, we got a little way to go. So I guess once the Chamber came in and The Rock and that involvement, it gave a shot in the arm, and people are very excited. They replayed the John Cena heel turn 45 times. In case you did not know, John Cena turned heel at Chamber. In case you ain't see all the ESPN shows this morning, you know, Club Shay Shay and the 520 podcast and ESPN First Take, like, which is good because they really like giving their own. I seen MLB Twitter put out, oh man, I can't believe this is happening, and the Mets, and like this is a lot of social engagement with the Cena heel turn.
Real quick, everybody, what's been your favorite meme from the John Cena heel turn?
F them kids.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's probably the main one.
Facts.
Some kids.
I like we got a John Cena heel turn before we got Grand Theft Auto 6. That's my
Somebody put when Cena was hugging Cody, they put Juan Soto over Cena, and they put Aaron Judge for Cody Rhodes.
That's nasty. Oh, that's nasty.
Wow.
Oh, I don't like nasty.
That one. That's nasty.
They are saving Rhea and Bianca for next year. So okay.
Nah, I think if anything, they'll probably dance at SummerSlam. But I think next year the obvious thing is Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair for next year. In my opinion, I feel like that's the direction you go to pay off on this feud. If you're gonna make it like a not bloodline saga, clearly not, but slow burn like a bloodline is type steak on the grill.
Yeah.
To where if Bianca is the culprit, you have Jade being manipulated, and then you turn Bianca later on. Blah blah blah. But yeah, I can't see them going back to Rhea and Bianca after what just happened tonight, especially not at Mania.
Nah. I think it caught me by surprise. I thought it was when I kept seeing Bianca being like little interference, that something was gonna happen and maybe Rhea was gonna win and Io was gonna, if we get a triple threat, I am not upset about that. But seeing a new women's world champion tonight, and defeating Rhea clean in the ring was something that, oh shit, okay. I think they said this. So Io walked in WrestleMania last year as champion, right?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
So now
Bailey.
So now it's back to back. Is there a reason why, Cornell, that they rather have Io walk in champion and not Rhea Ripley?
I don't think there's like a dedicated reason, in my opinion. I think it's just more so from the standpoint of story, right? Of being able to create friction with Bianca and Rhea, but then also being able to keep Rhea chasing something, but also being able to stamp Io, because Io's been putting on bangers on Raw, and if she would have lost tonight, then what does Io have? right? Nothing going into Mania because you're not going to put her in an IC title picture because you're trying to get all the girls, and I'm sorry, all the women that are like trying to get their spot and out here working. That's for them to go ahead and kind of showcase themselves. Yeah. So I think, in my opinion, I think it was the best case scenario because, again, Rhea can win it back at Mania. Nobody will get mad. Io can keep it at Mania. Nobody would get mad. Bianca can win it at Mania. Nobody would get mad. So I think they went with the safe option, in my opinion, of you put them all together and let them three be able to tell a story on Raw. That's way three different dynamics to telling a story versus having the one-to-one person tell a story for 7 weeks.
SummerSlam being 2 nights might speed up a couple of things that typically will be saved for WrestleMania. So to Cornell's point, wait a whole nother year for Bianca and Rhea. That might, be sped up for SummerSlam and to get Jade and Bianca at next year's WrestleMania.
Yeah, because also think about this. So imagine, if we go off what we did on Saturday, right? Us talking. We had Cody and Roman teaming up, taking on Cena and Brock. And then you add Bianca and Rhea to that card. But you can throw sugar and spice on that card. It don't matter. Everybody's going to pull up for that. Right, just those 2 matches alone. Granted, of course, they're going to stack the deck on both nights. But essentially, people got to remember too that this is the first 2-night SummerSlam at a stadium, brother. It is WrestleMania. It's just in the summer WrestleMania.
That's right.
Yeah, MetLife. Yep.
I mean, look what they did for January 6th Raw. So they're gonna come they're gonna bring it for SummerSlam.
Facts.
Kenny, talk to me. What do you make about Io being the new Women's World Champion? Surprised, shocked, and Bianca just was walking out there like she ain't got a best friend that had just got her, her ass beat on Saturday. She's all chill, and then it's like, yo, bro, she's saying, "Oh, I have not spoken to." How are they your best friends? And you have not spoken to either one of them in 2 days, and they started scrapping. And you're like, man, I haven't spoken to them, but you know what? I want to, enjoy my chamber victory. Like, yo, we ain't talk about that shit.
Man, let me tell you right now, Bianca's exactly how Michael Jackson was at the end of Thriller. It's like, what's the problem? Come on, let's just go ahead. Turn around, yellow eyes. So yeah, man, Bianca's falling in line with this. I like how this is going. Bianca went out there. I was thinking, I was looking every moment in the chair, like, Bianca, you in that chair? All right, because I don't know if she's going to come in the apron. If she was just going to come out, either she's going to give it to Io, give it to Rhea. I think it's like this. I think that Rhea is now, we're creating a sense that Rhea is also someone that we can look at maybe a suspicion. And I mean, not the suspicion to take out Jay, but suspicion, all right, what's going on with Rhea? Because at the end of the show, you heard Rhea was very distraught, very upset, and so it's now going to contemplate. Everyone's having their own thoughts on Bianca and how she's dealing with this whole concept of it. But now you're thinking about what is Rhea like. You see how distraught Rhea is. Not about her being upset. She lost it herself based off focusing on Bianca instead of, focusing on Io, and she lost clean. So now this is really going to create something. I think also this might just create something with Rhea. She might just start turning into it as well. We never saw before Judgment Day. Rhea was not not a face, but now she might be on both sides. She doesn't know where she might be. She's just anger, bitter. And if so, something drew my mind. I'm like, what if Rhea's the one that took out Jade? Here's the why. What if she did it because she did it just so Bianca could get back into singles competition? She said it before last year, 2 years ago, and she's always been saying a dream match that she has was against Bianca. What if she felt like, Bianca lowered herself by going into tag competition? Then next thing you know, she did everything as a chess piece. Take out Jade. Eventually, she knew Bianca and Naomi was going to team up. Find some way to turn it. Jade was going to take out Naomi. Then she already knew Bianca was probably going to be willed enough to strong to win the Elimination Chamber. And she was going to face her at the Chamber. Charlotte was going to face Tiffany. So a chess piece, a dream match of hers that she wanted. And then we saw tonight. She's like, you don't want to face me? You don't want to face me? So why you don't want to face me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all going to come into play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big if in my multiverse. What if Rhea's the one that took out Jade just for that chess piece of Bianca facing her?
So Terrence, what do you think? Do you buy Kenny's theory that Rhea might be the one? As so, Cornell just got back. He's saying no, but Terrence, what do you think? Rhea?
It's just a big thought.
The one thing I love about the one thing I love about where you took it just now is it still feels like a whodunit. I don't think it's going to be as simple as it was just Naomi. You know what I mean? Particularly because of how strong Jade is, and she's, you know, one of the few who could even like pick up Nia Jax, right? So like, I don't think one person, even Naomi, is just going to take her out by herself.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to touch on something else you said, Kenny, because it was something that The Rock said, and it's something that we've said on a couple of previous episodes. I think there's a third like tier now, meaning like you can be a heel, you can be a face, or you can be neither. And you look at someone like Rhea, you know, she falls in that. You look at someone like to a degree Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
You look at somebody like Braun Breaker. You look at somebody like Jacob. They were supposed to be heels, but the audience just fed off their energy and loved them so much that they're kind of treated like you would typically treat a face by the audience. You know what I mean? And like, especially like the last one I just said, Jacob, he came in to full destruction, and all of a sudden everybody's yelling Fatu, 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 and now he's cutting still badass promos, but the audience loved him. Same thing with Braun Breaker.
Yeah,
and The Rock said something in that post heel turn presser, right? Where he was like, I think he was asked about like the fact that as the final boss, you know, well, what side are you on? Because at one moment you're thanking everybody, you're engaging with the fans, but then you're talking crazy to the fans. And he said, I don't think it's, you know, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically
Mm-hmm.
it's not that simple.
Yeah,
You know, life's not that simple. And he's encouraging, you know, everybody in the locker room to embrace that
mm-hmm.
maybe it isn't just like, oh, like, well, Rhea's a heel now. No, maybe Rhea has ambition. And maybe it doesn't matter whether she's a heel or a face. She's just out to prove that there's nobody in WWE, including Bianca, that can fuck with her. So it doesn't matter where she stands. She's just Rhea. So I like that aspect of that, Ken.
Cornell, what do you think?
So here's why I respectfully disagree. Kenny, my dog. But here's why I respectfully disagree.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Rhea taking out Muscle from her War Games team, where she was just returning back from getting her face broke by Liv and Raquel.
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of like, Rhea, would you rather be in a bar fight, love Bailey, but would you rather go with Jade, who's full muscle, right? Or would you rather have Bailey? Granted, Bailey is very strategic and very savvy and very, very a veteran, clearly. Jade is more so, she go run through a wall, put somebody through a wall. Now, I do agree with Terrence, with his ideology behind tweeners, right? I think that's definitely where we are, like in that area. Seth Rollins is a perfect example of that. Where against CM Punk, he out here, he'll bring a gun to a knife fight. But if against Drew McIntyre, he's traditional, stand up, want to throw his hands. So I think you got definitely a gray area and the best of both worlds, which I think we're about to see Bianca tiptoe that line. But you know, again, I think that's actually, again, to what he was making a point about The Rock, I think it's needed right now. It's too much of the good guys, yeah, bad guys, boo, boo, boo. No, again, fans are, we're smart as hell right now, right? We're gonna chill who we want to cheer for. We're gonna boo who we want to boo, right? And also we follow along with the script of the television show. We know when Down comes out, we need to boo him every single time he talks. You know, when Gable comes out, we gotta boo him because again, we like that aspect. When Gable comes out, we chant "You suck" because he's such a version of Kurt Angle that we appreciate and that we love. So I think right now introducing tweeners and letting the superstars, aka characters, feel more real and align with how we are as adults in real life as they were in the attitude area, I think it's the best option right now. And that's why that company is on fire.
I'd say this. I think the most important thing of seeing that Io Sky winning is the fact that, you had a title change on Raw a month and a half prior to Mania, where we've been saying, whether it's you guys, my boy Graham, I was like, yo, we don't need to see these people, male or female, to be champion for a straight year. They can drop the title on a Raw or at a Backlash. Like, oh, you're not married to if Rhea wins at WrestleMania 40, she's got to keep it to 41, or Cody Rhodes. Like, seeing that title change was shocking because probably nobody thought Rhea would lose the belt a month and a half for Mania, but you do it. It's a shock, and like, oh shit, like we should see more titles changing hands on a random SmackDown, a random Raw, Saturday Night Main Event, house show. Like, oh, put that, because now it gives you, now it's unpredictable.
Yep.
All of us all probably bet, hey, Rhea is gonna win tonight. But now we all would have lost money on that.
Just
the fact, come on, man, like just that factor, it's like, oh shit, like it gives you that you never know what can happen on any given Raw, and that's been what's been lost with a SmackDown or Raw in recent years. Like, again, Attitude Era, a flip flop, but you just never know what can happen. So I'm very shocked and surprised and happy they did that.
Randy, can I piggyback off that real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Do y'all remember? I mean, why that started? Why the whole like, okay, like you can drop a belt at any point, and it kind of goes back to the Attitude Era. It was like when
the Hardcore Championship.
No, but it was when Diesel beat Backlund
at the Garden.
Right, it was a house show.
Yeah,
and that kind of restart, and there was the same reason that you're talking about right now, where it was kind of like too predictable. Like, you know, the belts were being held for way too long, and they actually weren't getting any money really at house shows because people weren't coming because it felt like it didn't matter. Yeah. So to your point, I feel like for a long time we started to feel like, all right, well, Raw is entertaining, you know, SmackDown's entertaining, but nothing important is going to happen. You know what I mean? Now for as great as the ratings have been and as hot as wrestling is, now if you're a hardcore fan, you know you got to tune in. Yeah. Because again, the belt, we never know what belt might exchange hands at any given point, or what storyline might take a real pivotal turn. And that all it does is somehow add more fire to what's already hot as hell.
So if I ask the panel before we move on, is EO retaining after Mania? And if not, who's walking out champion? Who's taking the pin at WrestleMania? Who wants to start?
I think EO loses. EO will lose the title to
which I'm fine with.
EO's going to lose the title. We put a triple threat match. EO's losing it to
It's only Rhea and Bianca, Kenny.
Oh God,
it's a hard choice. I feel you. Hey Kenny, I got you, fam.
It's hard because, bro,
I got you.
I mean, respectfully, EO, you know, EO's definitely show to earn, but
could EO retain?
I think she got the title to show her fight, especially everything she's been through, but I don't think she might retain. It will only retain depending on how the story goes between Bianca and what they do with Rhea. But I think if I was to say Rhea is gonna win over EO to like get the receipt payback on it.
Because panel, are they gonna have EO walking to WrestleMania back-to-back years and drop the title back-to-back years?
I can see it.
I can see it. In my opinion, I think, and this is my theory, you have Rhea lose to EO tonight because you don't want to have, if Bianca's winning, Bianca can't pin Rhea at WrestleMania. Because then, if that's happened in a triple threat, where's the story that goes after that, right? So if she can pin EO at WrestleMania, then it's also cool because then you have a story coming out of there. Rhea still blames Bianca for costing her title, and then on top of that, you have the fact that EO wants her title back from the person who kept beating her before when she was when Bianca was champion. So it's a lot of layered stories there, but in my opinion, I got EO losing
in Vegas and Bianca walking out as champion.
Terrence?
Yeah, I mean, the larger question here is, are we getting a triple threat match? And I gotta side with Cornell. I think we do. But to answer your question, Randy, either way, I think Bianca walks out as champion. I think it sets up so much, right? Like now she's the marked woman. Like Io wants to prove she can beat her. Rhea and her, like now they might collide at SummerSlam. And let's not pretend that if Bianca raises that title up, having Jade come out and put the brakes on her, that won't like at WrestleMania, won't like cause a stir. I mean, you just could go so many different routes with letting Bianca win. And it gives her a reason to kind of crash out. You know what I mean? Like Naomi will probably still be, MIA at that point. So now she's on her own. Not that she can't hold her own. Obviously she can, right? But now all the other top dogs are after her. And so we might get a chance to see a different version of Bianca than we've really seen since maybe like her NXT days, where she really popped that shit.
Speaking of crashing out, we saw Seth and CM Punk doing the thing early on Raw. Punk came out, called out The Rock, he called out John Cena. So Seth comes out, they start fighting in the ring, outside the ring, in the crowd, and in the backstage, and we get a steel cage match with Seth Rollins and CM Punk next Monday night on Raw at the Garden. And all I see in the timeline is, this is the perfect time to bring Roman Reigns back. And I'm like, I agree, because Seth is the reason why Roman did not participate in the chamber, because he was out indefinitely. So all this I think it's gonna spearhead into another triple threat with Seth, Punk, and Roman Reigns. Kenny is going to the Garden next week.
Yes, sir.
Terrence can't. He's in Portland. Cornell, you're where you at, Cornell? Can you hear me?
I'm in Orlando.
Are you in Orlando? Okay. So Florida.
Yeah,
so you're in Florida.
Yeah. I'm PC NXT bound, baby.
I'll start with you then. Punk, Seth, Raw tonight, fighting all over the place. Punk calling out Rock, calling out Cena, and then we're gonna get the steel cage match with him and Seth at the Garden next week. Talk to me.
Listen, I think that pull apart was probably one of the best pull aparts I've seen since like Brock Taker type situation. I look at it from the standpoint of Punk and Seth have a personal, clearly story that everybody knows that's well documented. But I do think if there's any time to bring Roman Reigns back, just like when he returned to help Cody Rhodes against Solo and Jacob inside the cage, you bring him back in the cage. And then I also think this is the perfect time, because if they are going to go the triple threat route, which I think is clear as day, then you would have more time for Punk to ask for that favor for Heyman, to kind of let that also be a real nucleus within the story, versus just like, I hate Seth, well, I hate him too, we're all going to fight. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I think MSG might be one of the I think MSG is going to get one of the best Raws of the year. I'll say that out loud now. But I'm very excited for it. Also, like we talked about on Saturday, I feel like this match might main event one, which I would think again, like I said, I think Jay and Gunther need it, but I think this might be the WrestleMania Night 1 main event, in my opinion.
This is too hot of a story, too hot of a rivalry, that it can't just go on the match prior on a night 1 or night 2. I think if they do this triple threat, it'll main event night 1. And even if it doesn't, and they go with Jay, I'm not shocked, because I think they might put the Jay match prior to triple threat on night 1. It's a matter of the placement, but that's neither here or there. Terrence, Punk, Rollins, cage match, the Garden. Talk to me.
They're gonna beat the hell out of each other. Like if we thought Punk and McIntyre was gruesome, or anything that we saw in Elimination Chamber was gruesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
what
you
did we
saw
get? A
live. You
toolbox
saw
last
live,
time?
right? Black and blue all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's about to be like
Yeah.
for real. Like they there was instant smoke. I don't even think we're not even gonna get like intro music.
Yeah.
Like, they're just gonna off rip
Just
like
ring the bell, ref. Ring the bell.
ring the bell. We ain't got time for all of that this tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that you know what I genuinely hope that they get their own match. I don't want Roman to come back next week. I think and my reason is they deserve it enough because there's been like and obviously there's a thruple, if you will, of anger that includes the two of them and Roman. But this match in the Garden, I think, given remember when Punk came back, who reacted like he wanted smoke right then?
Seth.
It was right. It was
Kobe
it was,
Lopez.
right.
That's
So I'm
right.
saying like it was up from the jump. They deserve the moment in a place like the Garden for the two of them to just get it popping because it doesn't matter who wins just yet. And if anything, you know, maybe there's some sort of like this. I mean, well, it's a cage match, so I guess there is no disqualification. But honestly, I think it's not going to be solved. It's not going to be resolved yet. And it is the perfect moment to bring Roman back. But they've been on an unpredictability like wave. So I think that they're going to go against bringing Roman back next week, or at least not at that match. Let them have it, right? And then somehow, some way, we interweave Roman and we do get the triple threat match that we want before Mania. We still got a couple weeks, you know. So I think they get their own match. It's just a bloodbath, and then somehow, some way, they interweave Roman a couple weeks later.
Okay, so to Kenny, so hear me out. To Terrence's point, Punk and Seth and Punk are in a cage, and if we are going to get the triple threat with those two and Roman, how do you play out? Does it make sense to have like? Do you even have a clear winner? Like, what's the point of having Punk and Seth go in a cage, have a clear winner, unless it's Seth because Punk won the first time, and say, "Hey, fellas, let's go do the shit again in a month and a half." But now we're gonna have Roman Reigns involved. Like, it just doesn't make sense to have a clean finish. If you were me, that's where you got to have Roman get involved, and nobody wins. Then it sets up the triple threat because if Punk or Seth wins on Monday, then it's like, all right, well, you know, if Punk is 2-0 against this guy, why is there a third one at WrestleMania? If it's not gonna be one-on-one.
I say it like this: it's gonna be a slobber knocker, as OJR would say next
That's right.
week. Punk and Rollins, they're gonna make each other bleed. As T said, it's gonna be a bloodbath. They're gonna throw each other from 34th Street, from 10th Avenue, all the way to First.
That's right.
But I say it like this: like, we're gonna get it, we're gonna see what happens, but then Tribal Chief gonna come in. He's probably gonna spear Rollins, and then mess around. He's gonna spear Punk. So we got some real. That's gonna be some real. Like, yeah, I hate it. Like, yeah, you curb stop me, and let me tell you something. I don't like you either. Boom, or super punch. So, and then you know what? Then he's like, you know what? Just so it's no sides. I hate the both of you. And guess what? You hate each other, and I know you hate me. So it's a triple threat of hate right now. The triple threat of hate. WrestleMania, and then Punk and Rollins. Then you do something probably afterwards, maybe in the next pay-per-view or so. But I think it's gonna between Punk and Rollins, it's gotta end on a last man standing match or something. Because these two are just constantly with personal beef, they beating the hell out of each other. It has to end on some way like Drew and Punk, but I think it might have to end like that. Not no Hell in a Cell, maybe a last man standing match. Maybe a casket match. I don't know, something.
The casket match with no Undertaker.
But both of them buried themselves with this damn career. 10 years of Punk gone. Rollins buried himself.
Cornell, come on.
Shit.
Sorry. So I agree with Kenny.
A casket match with no Undertaker is crazy.
No, not the casket, bro. Not the casket. But I agree with him in the regards of I can see Roman returning, but here's what I see happening inside the cage if he does get involved. he goes to spear Seth, accidentally spears Punk, and then somehow regard Seth super kicks him or hits him with something, and then Seth goes to escape, or Seth goes and gets the pinfall, whatever, on Punk, and that's how Seth ends up winning. Punk gets up like, "God damn, I really hate your ass for real now," and Seth is laughing at the ramp because he outsmarted Seth. Outside of Punk and Roman, and I feel like that's kind of how you can really get amplified heat between Roman, Punk, and Seth, because they both hate Seth, and now Punk hates Roman, and Roman's like, you know what? To Kenny's point, I never liked your ass anyway.
And you know what? I think too. It's night one main event. Punk, Seth, and Roman. Punk gets the victory, and that's where the favorite comes in to tell Paul Heyman, now you got to come with me. Leave Roman Reigns, be by my side now. I'm walking out WrestleMania. I'm in the main event now. If the triple threat is the main event and CM Punk finally gets his main event match at WrestleMania, he'll win the match. I think he'll lose to Seth at Raw. He wins at Mania. He takes down Roman and Seth. When it's all said and done, the favor is Paul Heyman. Come back home.
See, I got.
What do you think?
And Heyman turns on Roman.
But see, I think the favor he's gonna win. Like, I think Roman's gonna come back and demand Seth at Mania to Adam Pearce, and I think the favor of Punk is gonna be, yo, let me get into that match because I hate both of them, and Roman's gonna look at Heyman like, why the hell did you let him get into this match or whatever. I can also see coming out of WrestleMania is when we see a returning Becky Lynch comes to the aid of Seth Rollins against CM Punk at a time where we didn't expect it, which could end up leading to Phil Brooks getting his own favor from his own wife. And I think that if that's the route that they go, that we could get a mixed tag of the Punks versus the Rollins and Lynch. And I feel like that'll also be able to prolong the Seth and Punk rivalry while being able to birth a new rivalry between Becky and AJ Lee. I feel like Becky has already shown that any returning legend goes to the Becky House of Pain first.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind this falling right under the same scope. Also, kind of frees up Roman to go back to handle family business because I'm pretty sure Solo's gonna do the come quick, Craig can help real fast.
You got stuff with the Rock on, please.
I like the idea of Becky getting involved somehow. I like the idea of AJ Lee getting involved somehow, like trying to protect their husbands and not getting too crazy. And guys, you got to stop this. It's crazy. And all of a sudden, boom, they start scrapping. Like, oh, where's he? Okay, all right. All of a sudden now, all four of you's involved. Like, oh shit, and you four go over here. Roman's like the Homer Simpson.
Yep, slid out.
Like, I'm good. Leave me the fuck alone. Terrence, good question for you. Is Rock wrestling at Mania this year?
Oh.
Is Dwayne midlife crisis The Rock wrestling at WrestleMania this year?
He's making Fast 11, baby.
Oh boy.
Is this the one with the dinosaurs where they finally go to Jurassic Park?
The Rock is secretly Zordon, and he hired Roman Pierce, Ludacris to be a Power Ranger.
I'm letting you know, I haven't seen Red 1, Red whatever else he did. I haven't seen Moana 1 or 2. So I love The Rock, but I haven't seen the recent one.
You haven't seen Moana?
Moana generational.
Yo, man, you gotta.
I have not seen Moana.
Moana gets you, man. You gotta watch it.
Listen, Moana
1.
One is generational. Moana one is
generational. 2 is like, all right,
it's cool. 2 is cool. It's cool, right? But I'm telling you right now, Moana 1 got me through COVID with my little baby, because brother, all he did was watch Moana all day long. I'll come home from the PC, Moana. I leave with PC, Moana. I come back from a shoot, Moana. I'm like, all right, bro.
Look, man.
Thank you, Rock.
But none of y'all seen Red 1 and Red Notice.
Hey, come on now. No.
I know Big Red. Sorry, I know Big Red, the Big Red one from Call of Duty 2. So
Hey man, listen, I watched Walking Tall and The Rundown and all that back in the day. You know, Gridiron. You know, I was like, I watched all that back.
I saw Fast Five. I saw Fast Five.
Yeah, I saw all the passes. I'm real fast.
So the Mummy.
Yeah, Mummy Returns. Scorpion King.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
I saw Ballers. I love Ballers.
Loved it. Yo.
That was tough though. That was tough.
So
Terrence, talk to me. Rock, is he performing at Mania this year, or he just more like an innocent bystander?
I feel like he's not gonna wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is I feel like that's what the whole point was, right? Like, and I think we talked about it a couple episodes before. I think had Cena not come back and made it very clear that this is his last go around, I don't think he wants to do anything. They have a lot of respect for each other. I think we all know that. So like, I think that was the point, right? Like every time the final boss comes back, he shakes the fucking table, he shakes it up, go in a direction that like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3 that, you know, things get changed up. So I think he's gonna give Cena his moment, you know, let him, you know, have WrestleMania. But I do think somehow, some way, we still get Roman versus Rock at SummerSlam. Maybe the two of them really want to hold off and like that's a WrestleMania event, and I could understand that. But to answer the question, no, I don't think we get Rock wrestling at Mania this year. But I wanna take a step back real quick to what we were talking about with the triple threat match.
Which one? The men or women?
The men. Sorry. I know, right? This match, triple threat match, the last triple threat, Rock, CM Punk, and
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah. All right. So because that match is so big and it doesn't need a title to have gravity and weight and so many directions that it can go, I think it would be great, and I think I said this before, to actually have Jey Uso and Gunther open up night one. And the reason I say that is you set the fucking table, you blow the doors off the hinges out the gate. Think about how many matches we now know we're leaning towards, we're almost set for. And so you have that match to set the tone.
But just know that's back-to-back Manias World Heavyweight Championship opening up WrestleMania.
But then think about what the last one did. Everybody was just so hyped and so shocked, and it really just put like a gravitas to it that said like, yo, this is going to be an epic event, an epic 2-night event, right? And right. I think the one prior, Rhea Ripley opened up. No, if I'm not, did she open up night 2? Keep me honest here.
For 39. No, she was in night 2 in the middle with Charlotte.
Was that
night 1? What was night 1?
Night 1 must
Rhea
Rhea and Becky was night 1 of the whole entire thing of Mania. Yeah,
right. Okay. So I'm saying like what I'm just saying that to say that night, like regardless of either night, the first match has to just pick like set the tone for the energy. So I think like giving Gunther and giving Jay their shine and their spotlight, you know, and not making it feel like, oh, it's the second match like to the main event, like then it kind of like, you know, it just sets the tone for what this WrestleMania is supposed to be. So I would love y'all thoughts, or am I crazy, but that's kind of how
I don't think you're crazy.
No,
I don't think you're crazy.
I think you're all right.
I think. Go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just agreeing. Go ahead.
Now, I was saying one of the key things that Hunter said not last night, I keep saying last night, on Saturday was like, no main event is locked. It's whatever gets the most buzz, which is like, yeah, okay. But
bullshit.
if that logic were to be true, then right now, Seth Rollins and Punk and Roman would be the automatic lock, or would it be Bianca, Rhea, and Io? Because the Jade stuff involving Bianca was talked about, second most coming out of Chamber. Clearly, the first most is Cena and Cody stuff. So, in my opinion, it's like, nothing. If nothing is really locked, I think, to Terrence's point, we could see Jay and Gunther opening up the show. Whereas in, yeah, you do come out with the Yeet movement for 10, 15 minutes at WrestleMania to get everybody kind of pumped and loose to get ready for Mania. I just think the only other thing you got to think about too, though, is like matches like Tiffany and Charlotte haven't even really started going yet in terms of feud wise. So it's like, where do you put them? You still have the tag matches, and then like you would think that Braun Breaker is going to be on the card. I mean, granted, I thought he was going to face AJ Styles, and now it's just like AJ's going to get Logan. It's whatever. So I just think that however they do it, in my opinion, you save Jay Uso for that sweet spot to be able to keep fans in the stadium engaged. Because if you give them too much stuff consistently, we've seen it many times where it's like, oh man, how much longer we got out here, man? All right, cool. But if you can get their ass up eating and bopping and all that kind of stuff to kind of keep the energy going, then I think that'd be the best case for Jay. So we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Goon and Jay main evented if either or the triple threats main evented. I wouldn't be mad because I feel like all three are rightfully so. Each match have at least one person that kind of like is understandably like, yeah, I can see why you main evented.
Yeah, I just don't see Cena and Cody and the men's triple threat on the same night. You got to separate both of those.
Oh,
we
heck
can't
no.
Heck no. We're not doing that.
Heck no.
But that's why I feel like those four. That's why I feel like those four matches can be the cornerstone matches, right? You open up, let Jay get his moment, eat for 20 minutes.
So the cornerstone is Cena, Cody, men's triple threat, women's triple threat, and the Gunther Jey Uso.
That would be my four to build around.
Okay.
And to answer your question, Cornell, I actually think that because it is because of its importance, but because it doesn't have the same level of hype just yet, I'd put Charlotte and Tiffany probably the match before like the main event night one.
Okay.
Right now, that's where I'd put it. Because again, it deserves that. It's a passing of the guard in either sense, no matter who wins, right? And I think again, like we just have so many matches that we're building towards that. Yeah, like as long as you have those four as the pillars, we're in good shape.
So T, I know you wasn't on the show with us post Chamber, because if you haven't heard, John Cena turned heel. Yeah.
Wow.
I just found out watching Raw.
I saw it on ESPN.
And then so a theory came in my head once I saw a tweet earlier today. I'm not sure if you guys seen it, but it's a tweet from Ric Flair. I'm kind of hoping not all of you seen it, but for the audience, I'm gonna throw it up because this came up. Let me know if you guys can see that, right? Yep. All right, so real quick, it's been 25 years since I won my last 16th title. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Harley Race, Bruiser Brody, Terry Funk, Dusty, Brett Taker, Ricky Steamboat. The list is endless, unparalleled. My 1984 schedule has actually been called impossible to perform. 60 and 90-minute matches. Let's get serious. At John Cena, I love you and respect you, but you ain't taking nothing from Cody Rhodes. If I have to fight my way through security to hit the ring, I will. I'll take the day off of blood thinners. Let's fucking go. Let's do this. So I had a theory that when it came to, you can't even see me on the screen. Hold up. Bye-bye. That when it comes to this championship match with Cena and Cody, you can go a various amount of ways, right? Cody could retain, Cena could win, because then why would you do this heel turn and not come out victorious? The theory that came in my head was, let's say Cena walks out the loser, for example, right? How do you prevent Cena from getting title 17? I'm thinking the way Cody would retain is he gets help from one of three people. Randy Orton, because that can set up Orton and Cena down the road. You fucking bring back Stone Cold because he still got beef with The Rock, and he's supposed to come out last year, and he didn't, and that's the Taker spot. Because
and he also lives in Nevada, and he also lives there.
That's right. So he can drive the fucking truck to Vegas, and I'm good. I'm Gucci, right? And the fact that on a previous interview, that he said, hey, if you need a helping hand next time, I'm there. Also, I think Ric Flair has to play a part in this somehow, some way. To prevent Cena to lose, you might see Ric Flair out there. So only physical wise that can prevent Cena from winning is Orton and Stone Cold. But I think Ric Flair has to be utilized or will be utilized somehow, some way. Or if not, Cena walks out champion, and then we start this new corporation thing with The Rock. Anybody agree or disagree with the fuck I just said?
I think Flair's just.
I'm not saying Flair gonna scrap. I'm not saying
Flair's gonna come out there and then he's gonna get hit with a Cody cutter or something like that.
And you know why? Because you know why Orton might come out. One, because that's Cody with Legacy.
Yeah.
And Orton was with Flair.
He was
with Evolution.
Right. But I don't know, Randy. I think this year we saw last year Cody had all the allies that came to his aid.
Yeah.
And they put him on his shoulders to signify, he did it. He finished the final level in the video game. We thought it's the end, but I think this year like for real, but I think this year it shows a lot of things. Cody's friends, they got their own stories, but also too a lot of his friends that he thought they turned on him.
Yeah.
They're not really to his side no more. They like, you know what, Cody? You're the champion now. You're a big boy now. You need to try to handle it yourself. You gotta be able to handle it. Every time we try to handle your problems, guess what? I get injured. I get a pile driver. My neck is broken. I lose my title. I lose my spot. I get all this. I get beat for like 5 other people. Jacob Fatu's in my life. So I think
this shit ain't worth it, Cody.
It ain't worth it. I think it's the reverse cycle. In the beginning, there was a picture, LA Knight, he posted on Twitter, he was like, yeah, it was John Cena out there with him with Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn. I'm just like, oh, if we was to really take tolls of that, 2 of those people are not going to be in that picture. That's Kevin Owens and John Cena. So, and everything that he said in reverse to Roman Reigns at 39, you're going to be a ruler with no reigns. You're going to be a family with no. So everything now is probably going to be in reverse to Cody. Cody, whoever's going to come out, I think he's just going to either lose himself. Maybe Randy might come out. But again, Randy helps him out, but still, you still can't trust the Viper. What if Randy might be a sleeper and join?
Or Orton helps Cena and now he joins the corporation.
Orton joins the corporation. What if he does that? He might join up with the corporation. So it can be a sleeper where Cody had every amount of help, but now it's taken from him again.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Orton has been involved with heel factions ever.
You don't say.
He's a good guy,
Really?
I mean, he's been a lot of people. Authority, Legacy, Evolution. Damn, bro.
What New Day said, how many groups have you been in?
A lot. RK Bro. He's been in a lot of rated RKO. Been a lot. Terrence, I go to you because I know you wasn't here on Saturday. So what do you make of the whole layout I just said, and just the overall fact Cena's now heel after 21 years in the business?
Well, I'll start with Rick, man. I think we all love Rick. Rick is on my Mount Rushmore. Rick, we don't want to see you die in the ring. So please, whatever you do, don't do that.
Just stay home.
Yeah, right. Like, if anything,
I think he'll be there though. I think he'll be there. Now, what does he do? I don't know. I think he has to be there, bro.
The coolest thing to see Rick do is do a callback of when he helped Taker win and slide a chair or something like that. And then if you know, fine. I'll deal with that. But
Yeah.
don't do anything else, Rick. We want you alive. We love
Don't
you.
do the, don't
We
do the.
appreciate you. Don't go out there. Right. Yeah. Give me one of those even. That's fine. Do one of that. And do that slow. You know what I mean? Like, please. We don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But Stone Cold, though, he's
Mm,
got a little bit left in the tank.
that's right.
He is in Nevada. He all roads point to the Rattlesnake. I think he's gonna drive down there, bring Poncho, you know what I mean, and get crazy. One good time, one good stunner. But what I would be, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't enough this time. Why do all this? Why put Cena in position to win? I because what made me think about it is like, okay, well, why are they doing this? You get Cena his last champion. I mean, his last belt, right? But now you create and somehow, some way, an even bigger baby face if Cody's able to defeat him before it's all said and done. I think they already announced that Cena's last event is going to be a pay-per-view called Ruthless Aggression, which I hope they just keep going and it's like some sort of like tribute to him, like the way SmackDown technically, the Rock's show, right? So maybe somehow, some way, now we build, because we all loved Cody even more when it was about the chase. So maybe that's the opportunity for him to go away, Cena to actually show up and be there the way CM Punk said, because he's not there. So now we'll get like a solid 6-month run of actually seeing him there, seeing him at Raw, seeing him at SmackDown, have this new faction, and Cody has to rebuild. He has to restart. You know, I think that could be a real interesting way. And if he's the one that's able to defeat John Cena, right?
Super Cena. This is Super Cena now.
Right, yeah. Like super corporate Cena at that. If he's the one that's able to defeat this level of heel that we never thought we'd see, that we can't even really fathom, and who's backed by the final boss, we have a level of babyface that I don't know if we've ever even seen before. And credit to The Rock, because this motherfucker just figures out new ways to create levels that we've never seen. You know what I'm saying? I got the goosebumps too, Rock. I got the goosebumps too.
Cordell, talk to me.
So here's my thing. I agree with everything that's been said. But I will say I don't want to see Ric Flair out there at all. Like, nah, bro, you can stay in the bike. But I'll also say I can definitely see where for Cody, it's like, okay, if Cody were to lose, I think it would have to be at Mania. Because to everybody's point, why do all this for John Cena? Why go out and get all the headlines and grab everything, do the big fish net of media if John Cena's not going to walk out as champion? Because if John Cena does not walk out as champion at WrestleMania, when will he walk out as champion? Right? And then it's like you want it to be meaningful, you want it to be memorable, you don't want it to be a quick blast and all of a sudden it's over with. So I would see that as the perfect opportunity too. And then I also agree with Terrence. I think it's a good time to actually get Cody some time off. Right? Let him take a month or two off, come back at SummerSlam, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, you think he's by himself, and then Roman's right next to him because Roman and Rock already started having their little beef, and I think that's a good way to kind of go ahead and go into this like end of the summer, going to the fall, and going to like the last couple months of Cena's active career as like really firing on all cylinders. So I can definitely see a time where okay, no, granted Cody is Cody, that may never start working, we know that, but I do think this is a good time to make the audience miss him, even if it's like for a month. Let Cena terrorize everybody on SmackDown, gloat in everybody's face. Cody's gone, that kind of stuff, but the crowd needs to miss him in order for his baby face to be even hotter than it was going into 40, even hotter than it was going into 39, right? Because even at Chamber before the Rock stuff even happened, Cody was getting a little bit of booze, right? When he was like right next to Cena because people are more excited for Cena to win his 17 than for Cody to retain. So I definitely think that you need to make the crowd miss Cody Rhodes to the point of like, as soon as they hear that doom doom, they know what time it is, and it's like, nah, beat his ass. Instead of we want Cena to win, now it's Cody, come beat his ass, please take your title back. That's the kind of FOMO they need to create with the fans, and I think giving Cody time off would do exactly just that.
Mhm. It's amazing how we mentioned Cody giving Cody time off. My man Roman was champion for 4 years straight.
Generational
He,
talent.
he ain't get no
Generational
time
talent.
off whatsoever.
Cody's not Roman,
Of
respectfully.
course not. Of course not.
And the thing
But
is,
hold on now.
what's up?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because no. Go ahead. Please. Go ahead.
So Roman, Cody, think about Cody. We said it before. Cody walks around, he has it, but he has the title. But here's the thing: the title's wearing him. He's not wearing the title. You got to present that title. Like, he
Nah.
just says, "All right, I have
Oh,
that title," but
oh,
That's
he,
wow.
he's gotta come in and own it. Like, yo, he's coming out like before. It's like, I'm the champion, but I don't know. I feel so depressed, and everyone's just against me.
that part I
Well,
agree. He looks confused, perplexed. Why they always picking on me? Like, he don't look
Roman
strong.
came
Like
out. It didn't matter who, Drew, Jay. He didn't care who it was. Y'all going to acknowledge me. Y'all going to shut the hell up.
that's right.
And guess what? You can raise the ring up with a forklift. You can try to handcuff my friend against it, but guess what? I'm still that I'm still that guy. And guess what? You going to acknowledge me, or you going to matter of fact, I got a better like wait. Roman Reigns is like beans from state property. You going to get down or lay down. You going to stay there. You heard? That's how it is. Roman
Hey,
Reigns is beans.
and the list of opponents for Roman is a lot longer than Cody's. So Cody can't be stressed out for beating AJ and Kevin Owens and Logan Paul. I'm like on Roman's side, Brock, Edge, Daniel Bryan, KO, Logan, Jey Uso, Cody. Like that list is crazy.
I mean, but to be fair, heels, right? Roman was a heel coming. Also, he was at a time in COVID, right, when everything clearly was different, when he really was able to finally put it
Mhm.
together. And then once
Yeah.
you transition to a live audience, it became different. But as a heel, and coming out of COVID, Roman knew what time it was because they're making the rounds in towns, right? So you got to be able to put the big names on the sticker and on the poster to be able to do that. If Cody came back at that time, would it be the same for Cody? Nobody knows. But I definitely think at a time where Roman's the heel, so he has to be that guy. He got to be confident. Now I do think Cody got to stop looking around like it's. No, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but basically like he lost and need to find his
Thank
way.
you.
I do agree with
Exactly.
that. I do agree with that. But I also think that because of how strong Roman's presence is, that kind of stuff just comes naturally for him. And I think as a fan, we also wanted to see that from him because he was worse than Cody when it comes to lacking confidence out there in front of the crowd and being able to do stuff like that in front of
Right.
everybody. He was
Yeah.
lacking that. So I definitely think with him
Big
becoming a
dog
tribal
in the
chief, he was
yard.
able to. Oh yeah,
Let's go.
like Roman said himself, that big dog version of him is dead and gone. He's never coming back. And I think Roman was able to embrace all of his own insecurities and turn that into confidence and turn that into something that he
Mhm.
needed to do to get over his own personal hump, which helped the audience get over that hump. So I think, and only reason why I say get to Cody time away, because there's been plenty of times during Roman's run, we all know where my dog came in 2 or 3 weeks or 2 weeks before or 1 week before PLE, wrestle the PLE. I'll see y'all in December, right? So there's been
Yeah.
many times that he done
Yeah.
had to split in his schedule. Now he earned that like a mother. He earned that to the fullest. I just think at this point in time that we've seen so much Cody, we've been given so much Cody that a break in a little gap of time in between will make us be like, all right, man, now it's time. It's time for Cody to come back. Cody been doing house shows and not house show, but doing dark matches on SmackDowns or Raws that he's not even featured on. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I think the crowd needs to miss him in order because mind you, when Cena wins 17, I don't think nobody's gonna boo. They're gonna be
I'll
happy because John Cena just broke the longest
Mhm.
record of
record.
all time, similar to LeBron breaking the scoring title. So you need Cody to be out of the way and not trying to remove that from a fan's eyes. Like, no, I want Cena. You need him to be gone. You need John Cena to cause terror, do a lot of bad things, beat up Stu on SmackDown many times. Like, that's what I'm voting for. So, but
Yeah.
you need that to kind of happen for Cody to come back. It's like, all right, now they're starting to get tired of Cena. Now I can come back in the picture and start chasing him.
I got a few more before we head up out of here. Terrence, I'll start with you. Um matter of fact, before I get to you, I think what is very important about just having Cena, Rock, even the talks of Stone Cold involved and this whole ordeal with the main event, it just shows um how on board they are, or fans of Cody Rhodes being the face. Like he's that baby face that we're doing all this for. We believe in him, we like him on screen, off screen. He's the John Cena for the next 10 years, and we're doing this to help him out go forward. So to get The Rock to be healed, to get John Cena to be healed, to Roman to drop the belt to him last year, to all this about Cody Rhodes shows how much the company Triple H, how they believe in him, that he's our next good guy going forward for the next 5-10 years. So that's the part that I don't want it to get lost in that shuffle. But Terrence, I start with you. I got two things in my head. I don't want to forget it.
Randy, don't hold on to them because we're making really good points, and
Oh,
I'm
shit.
also doing the wait. Let me pin that. I gotta.
It better be good, bro. It better be
They
good.
are. When are they
He
not?
got some heat. He got some
Come on,
heat.
that's why you brought me on the show because they're good.
He got some heat.
Okay, I
got
gotta give Cornell. You hit the nail on the head with the part about Roman taking time off in between, and that was why they had to bring back the World Heavy and give it to Seth to be the Workman's Champion. So like, as much as we love Roman and everything that he did and helped elevate the business, it is true, right? And even within that, boom, now here we go. Here's something positive. We get another belt that means something that can be every Monday night. It's on. It's up for grabs, right? Like, so I gotta say that I do have a question real quick, and then Randy,
go ahead.
Do you think there will be enough time to have Cody or Roman or whichever route they go, whoever dethrones John, is there enough time to flip him and make him come back to being like, babyface Cena before it's all said and done?
Wow,
Like
I scratch that off.
Will we have enough time for that to happen and for him to somehow, either turn on the corporation or do something that then, signifies to everybody like, no, you know what, I got to leave on a good note. Because if we don't, he can't do no more Make-A-Wishes, man. I'm just saying, man.
I think so. I think
Yeah,
so,
good
man. I think so. I really do. I think because SummerSlam, so Mania to SummerSlam feels like a year, right? It feels like forever. And I think coming out of SummerSlam, that's when the new corporation starts to unlatch from John little by little. And I think by the time we get to like the end of September, October, like before, I think War Games could be the pivotal point of John turning on a corporation inside of War Games. And then that builds until, if Rufus, like the Rufus aggression joint you were talking about, that builds until potentially we see the last time we see The Rock versus Cena, or The Rock or Cena versus whoever The Rock appointed. And that's with Cena going out with his head held high and being able to go back to his normal and true self.
And to your point, Terrence, it just one that was one of my points. So I'm glad you mentioned that. I think so. Here's my theory: Cena wins at WrestleMania. He does not lose the title until the last pay-per-view that he's on, the Ruthless Aggression, right? Because then it's like, all right, if I win it and I drop it, then what's the whole world tour about? Like you want to see him either win the fucking title or scrap to get it. But if he wins it at Mania, he can't drop it at SummerSlam and all that. For me, you hold on with Cena until the end. His last match may not be Orton and Punk. What if the last match is Cody Rhodes to super duper solidify him as this is the guy going forward, and then Cena gets the whole, yo, thank you, appreciate it. I'm losing my last match to Cody Rhodes, not CM Punk, not Randy Orton, not The Rock, not Roman Reigns. I think that's the story for him to see. You know what? That's the true passing of the torch for John Cena.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, that makes total sense. That makes, because to your point, Cena is looking, and like we talked about on Saturday, Cena's looking to the mirror and seeing a different version of him, but basically the same character, just different body.
Yeah.
Right. Cody Rhodes is basically Super Cena right now when it comes to everything that the company needs. So yeah, it would make all the sense in the world for Cena to say, "Here's my hat. Here's my wristbands. Here's my headband around my arm. Here you go, Cody."
See, there you go. My last point would be, so I'm probably the oldest in this group, and then Cornell might be the youngest in this group.
Yeah, that me.
So this answer can go many ways because you might be a prisoner of the moment, or you might be more of the modern side than the old school side. So I'm gonna start Terrence and work my way around. People on social have been saying that this heel turn from Cena is better than Hulk Hogan in 1996 NWO. Am I mad at that? You can have all the convos and debates all you want. Depends on your age and all that, and what lens you're looking at it from. Before I give my answer, Terrence, you look at Hogan 96 NWO Bash at the Beach and to John Cena Chamber 2 nights ago.
Right.
Even though it might be too quick to give that answer, but do you have one better than the other, or is it even, or is too early to call?
The hard, well, okay, in terms of just shock value,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say it's so hard for me to talk about this asshole, but I'm gonna go Hogan, and the reason is there's no way that anyone would have ever. There was no teasing, there was no press conferences.
Yeah,
what we have today, in like, okay, now we can see the breadcrumbs. There were no breadcrumbs. Everything was behind, backstage. No one knew that. Like, there's a, there wasn't anything that could signify that. Oh wow, that's how that happened. And I mean, we don't know how this will affect things going forward. I do think, like, the way we laid it out, where of course now this sets up Cody to be the face for the next 10 years, and it doesn't put everything on Roman, and you know what I mean? And so, like, it does affect the industry for the next decade. That heel turn and what it then spawned into, and how that then even affected the other company, and it gave us like so many of like yo, you don't need the good guy, bad guy. Maybe we're just anti-heroes. Maybe we're just assholes and people love us. It just did so much to open up what wrestling became, that I gotta go with that one. But that's not to say that yesterday's wasn't a shocker. I mean, look at the fucking headlines. Look at the podcast, look at ESPN, look at everybody's talking about it. It matters. It signifies that wrestling is back to where it was when Hogan and NWO formed. So if something's gonna be just as big as what its predecessor was, I gotta give it to the moment that changed everything.
Kenny, Hogan NWO 96, John Cena Elimination Chamber from Saturday. Better heel turn.
I will have to go with Hogan, as much as Hogan and his damn beer sucks or whatever the hell it is. But like, if I was to say, because one,
damn brother,
ain't my damn brother. Ain't my damn brother. I'm damn sure will tell you that.
That'll work for me, brother.
Ain't my damn brother. We ain't no damn church. But let me just say this, man. One thing about Hogan's turn was that everyone automatically that knew when Hogan came, and we thought, and then he dropped the leg drop, and then he just got on the mic with Gene and cut that promo, and everybody, I'm talking about everybody, just let it be known. We never saw like a whole ring flooded with trash with that, and he was still cooking. Like, he was still cooking with them. Like, Hall and Nash didn't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
And them just standing right next to him made an awesome shot as years to come. Awesome t-shirt, everything.
Yeah.
And he was still going on about it with it. And something like that, that was just the beginning to see what was happening. Like, no one's ever seen that. And let alone a ring just flooded with all the fans pissed, mad at it, and they're saying with it. I mean, Cena's turn, monumental, just turning, even though like we saw it after, when everyone saw it, like, The Rock gave the signal, but Hogan's heel turn came real unexpected. We thought what he was gonna do, but then he dropped the leg, we was just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't. That just happened like in a quick snap. Rocks, the heel turn with Cena, it just like unfold within our eyes. Like, oh, it was like a hidden gem. But I might have to go with Hogan, man.
Cornell Hogan or Cena, better heel turn.
So I think the thing that's going on right now on the internet is that this is the modern day version of that of
Yeah.
Hogan NWO,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
social media is amplified by 10 billion compared to what it was when there was nothing back then. It was
Of course.
like AOL wasn't even a thing. So I think that's why people are comparing and saying that it's better because the coverage is through the roof. Like I said on Saturday, I still have to go with the original because if that doesn't happen, like I don't know what kind of heel turn makes us kind of get excited, right? Hogan leg dropping Macho Man was like a real holy shit moment that nobody ever thought would ever happen because Hulk Hogan was out here telling people say your prayers, eat your vitamins, yeah, brother, like all that kind of stuff. So I think from the standpoint of like from it being better, it can't because Cena stuff sent shockwaves through the entire media and all those kind of stuff, which is amazing. Like that's one of the greatest moments of WWE history. But Hogan's turn sent shockwaves through the industry and it changed the landscape of wrestling, right? When NWO became the coolest guys walking. And
Mm-hmm.
NWO also birthed a cool group that a group of degenerates down in WWF at that time, right? In my opinion, because you had to combat the cool guys on the other side of the street with the cool guys on the right side of the street. So, in my opinion, like it has to be Hogan doing
Mm-hmm.
the late job in NWO because what the NWO brought to the industry changed the landscape of wrestling. Like, granted, Hall and I'm going over this reason why there's guaranteed contracts, right? And it's a lot of things that those guys brought, and in that moment that changed. I mean, hell, we saw people calling 911 in real time in documentaries because they thought they were really out there fighting and having gang warfare. That's
Yeah.
not happening
Yo,
now. You know what
real.
I mean? So it's definitely nah, man. I as much I granted I think it is like a top five all time. Like I went back as we talked about it on Saturday. I think it's top five all time because we saw it unfold. It was kind of like seeing somebody fall out of a chair, like yo, hold on. It was boom, right? So it's definitely top five all time for me, but I cannot give it the number one slot.
And I'll land this plane by saying I also go with the original. Um, listen, I can't even believe it's almost 30 years ago that shit happened.
Dang.
Like, bro, almost 30 years Hulk Hogan turned fucking heel. Like, anyways, um, different time, different era. Social media is dominating the landscape now. Back then, you had to call a hotline to figure out what might be happening. You know, with the Mean Gene hotline, the ECW had a hotline, and Bischoff had a hotline, and AOL was in the early stages. The dirt sheets wasn't. It was early stages, but the difference between Cena and Hogan, and I think everybody has said it perfectly, is the fact that that shit was seismic, bro. That shit was like Hulk Hogan, red and yellow, Hulkamania, and always a good guy. Prayers, vitamins, all that bullshit. And now it wasn't like the fans were clamoring for it. They weren't like, yo, I need Hogan to turn heel. His run now is trash. He got to turn heel. It was none of that because when he walked out, they were cheering for him. They hadn't seen him on TV for quite some time. I'm
Right.
not saying once he got there it was dope, but the fans were the fans were not as in love with the red and yellow before we got there. He took time off, and the heart grows fonder when you're not on TV. So now when he comes out, oh, Hogan's gonna save, he's gonna save us. And he's like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm gonna change the landscape upside down to where my competitor has to change what they're doing. They want to give you the Duke the Dumpster Drosies and the Doink the Clowns and the occupational wrestlers. No. You have to change your shit up to be more realistic. The Stone Colds, the Rocks, the Bret Harts. Now you, I'm. If I don't do what I do, you remain the same going forward. And that's what I'm saying. But the Cena fans have been clamoring for years. I want him heel. I want to turn heel. So now by the time you get it, it's like, oh shit, he finally did it. Not like, holy shit, bro. I never thought he would do that. Like, why would he do that? And the one key component when Hogan did it, you knew in that roster with Hall and Nash, he was the main guy. When Cena does it, he still had The Rock right next to him. Like, damn, he turned heel, but who's the biggest star? It's The Rock. And it's like, damn, who's the biggest star? Hogan, Hall, and Nash. You better believe it's Hulk Hogan. So even with that, it still doesn't. It's still number two. If you want to, listen, there's Seth with the Shield. There's Shawn Michaels, Jannetty. There's Austin McMahon. It's a lot of heel turns, but right now, 48 hours later, I cannot put that over Hulk Hogan when that totally changed the landscape of the whole entire sport. I can't. Now the person, different story. You know what I'm saying? The wrestler, different story. But the moment, the actual moment, bro. That's I can't. I can't put Cena above Hogan when it comes to that.
I agree.
Word.
You agree, Terrence?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think you kind of encapsulated it perfect. And it is funny to see just how young Cornell is to say that AOL wasn't out yet. It was.
Very early.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
They was at that time.
Yeah, right. It was.
I didn't get my disc in the mail to try AOL, all those kind of things.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know it was. Nah, listen, you guys made some great points. Randy, I did have one question I want to ask everybody.
Before you go, and it's my last point to also add to that, the fact that when Hogan did it, you didn't know the end game. Cena turning heel, the clock is down. Oh, 10 months. Maybe if that. I might have 4 months of this. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference of him doing it now. When Hogan did it, it birthed Hogan. It gave Hogan more life. Hogan was wrestling 7 more years after that. You know what I'm saying? Like anyway, go ahead.
You just made me think of that because like that was part of my analogy with that too was like what my thought process behind it was the fact that we know Cena's on a clock, whereas that heel turn probably saves WCW.
Yeah.
It changes the landscape, right? And I think we've talked about this a couple times. It extended Hogan's career. Whereas this heel turn is kind of capping off a career. Okay. I'm gonna save my other because I do have a Cena question, but I know we're gonna have a million, so I'm gonna save that one. I want to ask a pre-Mania question.
Oh shit!
And my question is, who is for both men's and women?
Okay.
Who are your pre-Mania MVPs? So I'm gonna start from January 6th because that's the new year. I was thinking like maybe Royal Rumble, but that ends the year. Right?
So January of 25 till now.
From the first Raw. Let's say we starts the year, right? So from that point to now, who is like if we had an MVP race?
Oh,
right. Like who are your for the men's and for the women's? Who are your pre-Mania MVPs?
I know the female already.
I got 2 for you.
All right, Kenny, go ahead.
I'm gonna start with you. Let's go, Randy.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, Kenny. I got 1. I don't got 2. I think Kenny got 2 already.
Kenny got 2. All right, let's start with Kenny.
I'm going.
Wait, hold on. Do I want Kenny to say it first? Nah,
Randy,
I'll say mine first.
Wow. You tell us.
I'll say mine first.
Like, damn.
Kenny, go ahead. You be good. I still love you.
I'm probably already gonna say it. I got Liv Morgan and Jacob Fatu.
Oh, okay. Why those two? I definitely
Liv, like it carried over, but still, even when she lost the title to Rhea, she was still kicking ass and still like
that's right
performing these great matches, these great singles matches. Her against Io, phenomenal. Her in the Royal Rumble, and then Saturday night, great. She was holding on, and recently, like the tag team match, that was one of Netflix's best main event, that tag team match was like she got and boom, she performed and she got busted open in the eye one time and still carried on.
Yeah.
And let alone Elimination Chamber. Yo, Black History Month ended, but she got whipped. She got whipped and it's still on her stomach, man. But and she was able to come out there at number 1 and was able to finish out. She did that for the Rumble and she did that for Liv, phenomenal. Jacob Fatu. What more can I say? This guy gets hurt, then gets back up, all gas, no brakes. Demon time. What is he on? Yo, all I know is rising star in the making. The man. We thought the man was just a silent wolf, but he is is a loud werewolf.
Yeah.
So Jacob, man, keep going, and soon enough, that's a future champion.
All right, Cornell, who's your MVPs?
I got Liv Morgan. I agree with Kenny. I definitely got Liv Morgan. She's definitely been carrying Raw and even shit on SmackDown. Also, her matches are easily getting better and better and better and better consistently, which is crazy to say that about a multi-time women's world champion. But I feel like she's like right outside the bubble on her prime, and after Mania, like going into the fall, by the end of this year, we're gonna start getting to Liv's prime, because on the mic she's figured it out easily, and in the ring it's coming together like very, very very seamlessly. For the men is where I'm struggling, because Jey Uso, I would have, if you asked me last year, I would have said Jey Uso easily, hands down. Or I could have said CM Punk, because his feud with Drew was absolutely incredible. So I think right now for the men, I'm still kind of struggling to put that together. But I mean, I would say Jacob, but he has not had a singles male feud yet. He had the small burn feud with Braun that just was Saturday Night Main Event. We haven't seen him do anything one on one. But I will put him in the top 5 category. Was when he's on TV, I need to watch it. I would say, man, I'll probably say CM Punk, man. CM Punk and Seth Rollins. I'll go that route, solely because those two guys, anytime they've been on TV, especially with each other, there's been combustible elements, it's been must-see TV, and it's also been talked about stuff that we hold on to and in conversational topics. Especially because I, in my opinion, SmackDown hasn't had that combustible element that's like, that's the one. Jacob is the closest one to that, but in my opinion, he still needs more time with his belt and also more single feuds to be able to do stuff. Pulling up on people beating the hell out of them post match is cool, but I kind of need you to go ahead and ding 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 and set on your own 2 feet, big dog. But I'll go Liv, Seth, and Punk.
If I had to pick, I'll make it quick. Me, big Liv Morgan fan. The one is the greatest tag team champion on the women's side ever. 3-time women's tag champion, by the way. Her performance in the chamber was dope. She's been really killing it, I think, for the whole year, I would say. For the men, I could go Seth. I could go Punk, but I think I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Kevin Owens, because I think the caliber of matches, the rivalry with Cody Rhodes, the caliber of matches with Cody Rhodes, main event with Cody Rhodes, the match with Sami Zayn at the Chamber. He's gonna get a fucking match against Randy Orton at WrestleMania. So his last few months, that wave that stock is going up. So I would, on the microphone in the ring, like he's been in a lot of action. So I would say Kevin Owens.
I love that.
I agree.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit.
Oh, come on, why? No.
I'm gonna, because Cornell.
You can't cheat, bro.
All right, fine.
This is your question.
It is, but that's why I can cheat.
I ain't gonna cheat on your own question, bro.
All right, no. I'll stand on it. Liv. I mean, she's someone I've done a real big 180 on. I wasn't really like feeling her that much when she made a return. I was just kind of like, honestly, and Cornell, I don't know if you know, because Randy bullied me into changing my background, but I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan. And so
here.
Yeah, right. Like
here.
I'm a Shawn Michaels fan. Stop. Let's stop.
I'm messing.
Cornell, I told him
APK
don't
to
do the
go.
show. I said don't do the Shawn Michaels little Zoom background because
He
I
hated my
want
Zoom
it to
background.
look.
That's why
I
he made
want
me change
everybody
it.
to
But
look cool and great lighting, and because whenever Terrence move, I see the glitch. And like I don't want to see the glitch no more.
Yo, but I think what I love about Liv is we're seeing so many stories kind of take place with her,
Yeah.
and the I think that they're kind of doing like a almost like a Shawn Michaels and Diesel kind of callback with her and help me out. I'm trying to get
Raquel,
Big Mama
yeah,
Cool,
and
Raquel.
right, like,
Yeah.
and I kind of like it. Like, I think it's really cool. Like,
That's a
like,
good way. I didn't even notice that.
like we got like the strong, body slam, powerful, and we have like the cerebral, the athletic, the charismatic, the low key annoying. You know what I mean? Like that's in your face because they know they're gonna be in your face anyway, but now they're even worse because they got muscle. You know what I mean? So pairing the two of them is really cool. My runner-up would be Bianca for a lot of similar reasons, and it's because so many storylines are running through her. But I do think that she's like a locker room MVP. She's helped elevate some of the stories around, and she hasn't needed to win as a singles in order to make everyone else. She sacrificed that to make everyone else look good. And now we have like this incredible whodunit because of that. So I got to give her props. But if I had to give it to someone who's an elite, it's Liv. What are you gonna say, Randy?
Two things. One, my other MVP for the women would have been Roxanne. I would definitely pick her.
Okay.
But Cornell mentioned something early in the show. This was, I don't know when she put it up, but it got on my timeline at 11:05. Becky Lynch, she wrote on Twitter, I think, catching up on Raw. I don't think I'm the one who needs to come get my man. So she puts a photo of Punk and AJ Lee.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
We might
But
be
I'm just saying.
walking down that road soon.
Hands up like
Hey.
this. Hey.
Before I forget though, for the men's side, Bill's been cooking.
Oh yeah,
I mean, CM Punk, man, like it feels like somehow he's getting better. It almost feels like maybe he wasn't gone for 10 years. Like, it's not that all is forgotten, obviously, because Seth is coming for that ass, but it does feel like, man, like almost everything happens for the reasons it's supposed to. Yes, he left. Yes, he had things to say, but now he's there and he has earned his way to the top. Every match, especially his bigger, PLEs, have been generational. You could argue some of them have been the best matches of his career. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like he's just flat out somehow gotten better. It feels like 02 Sean. Like, yo, you came back better. How? Like, you know what I mean? I gotta go with him on the men's side. Yeah, and I probably would just stand on that. But like that's what I was saying. I gotta go give kind of like Cornell and give two answers because I couldn't let Bianca not give her props. But I will say it's Liv.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be Liv and CM Punk for me.
All right, cool. So either the tweet was taken down or it wasn't her. Anyways, we can always imagine what
that was her.
It was. Oh, you saw it.
Oh no, yeah, no, that definitely was her.
Okay, so she probably took it down then.
Did you screenshot it?
I don't see it.
Have the receipts.
I got the receipts. Randy, I'll text them to you in a second.
Hey.
Oh man, I was surprised. I thought maybe Becky would have popped up. Oh, doing some investigation over here.
And we know.
Hey, Becky not too far behind. I think she'll pop up soon.
Becky knows that we wanted her to come back at the Royal Rumble, so this is one thing they could probably just build on that. As Cornell said, like we gonna get the fam. Everyone got beef on the family feuds.
And I mean, honestly, I could see why they haven't brought back Becky. Why bring her back to the Rumble if she wasn't gonna win? right? And why bring her back into any sort of television programming right now if she's not going to be the main star leading into one of the show's programming? So, in my opinion, it makes sense. So, Raw after Mania, she should be opening up the show.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else I'm leaving off from Chamber today? Anything? Oh, last point. Ray Phoenix is available now.
Oh, I saw that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So he's imminent coming to, the E to line up with Penta. Penta, I think Penta could have been
Do we get a Penta tag team?
Of course, bro. Well,
I hope
I
not.
don't know about it. You hope not.
I hope not. Here's why: because Penta's been cooking solo. He's actually able to cut promos on a wrestling show,
Yes.
by himself. So I feel like Ray Phoenix should go to NXT, and here's why: he should go to NXT because that men's division needed the most. He can also establish himself in a short amount of time coming out of Mania. Right, where it's like, oh, even going into Mania, where it's like he goes down there, go ahead and face the top of the crop, and he come out of there after SummerSlam or after even after the next Rumble, right? It doesn't have to be a long stint, but I feel like the Penta's cooking so much on the burn up doing things solo, you putting him with somebody else, he now has to put the sauce onto his brother, who's just coming in, who the crowd might not take on to the same. Penta has a look, he has an aura, he has a swag, he has a confidence about himself that everybody's doing his joint. Whereas in Ray Phoenix, like in my opinion, Ray he's the bouncy one. He's the human highlight version. Penta is the one with the mask and again like the swag that people really gravitate towards. And I feel like Ray's style would be more complimented in NXT, and then he can come help his brother later on. But I will not stop Penta from doing what he's doing right now to put him with Ray Phoenix, in my opinion.
What do you think was in the box for Chad Gable? A mask?
A mask, probably.
LaPorta's mask. He gonna come out with a chair.
Probably. I also just feel like even in that regard, like Gable searching for the mask, it's definitely going to be like he's definitely going to spin the block on Penta clearly. But it's like, man, like can you imagine Gable came out in a mask and started going crazy? Yeah, all right.
What name was Mr. America brought back through Chad Gable?
Bro, listen. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
He's gonna have the Hulk Hogan Mr. America mask, the red, white, and blue shit, and we couldn't tell if that was Hulk Hogan or not. Remember that shit?
Bro, yes. Also, so all right, so Becky tweeted that because right here on my screen.
Okay.
She tweeted that. I'm sorry, I just found it. She also tweeted like 2 other times tonight regarding the same situation.
Wow.
3 Becky Lynch tweets.
Yeah,
we back.
We've seen some outsider tweets since Saturday where I think Brandy tweeted something. Dustin, like he said something, and it's like, oh, now you're getting now the family's getting involved, and that's cool. It would make sense if Dustin would have helped Cody, but he just signed a fucking contract with AEW. So
man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, because I ain't gonna lie. He tweeted something the other night after Chamber was like, I'm so disappointed in both of y'all. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm disappointed in your ass. You should have came from across the street. You could have been helping out your brother. Now he over there getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
You still not defending your brother.
Somebody wrote behind it. So, bro, what you gonna do about it? You can't do shit about it, bro. What are you gonna do about it? You all the way over there in Jacksonville, bro. What are you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do on TBS?
Come on, man. Brandy, she wrote something too. I forgot what it was. I hate John Cena sucks, something like that. Brandy
Cena sucks. Yeah, John Cena sucks.
Yeah, John Cena sucks. Yeah. All right. Well.
Also,
go ahead.
Before we go, so Cena is not going to be back on SmackDown to the 17th.
Of course he is.
On St. Patrick's Day, that is some will be
he's in. like Rock said, he's in Africa shooting, like finishing up his movie that he's shooting, but he's not advertised till the 17th. So there we go.
Yeah, I think like 3 in a row, right? I think they had 3 in a row overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Terrence, you like the way Cena just dropped the mic and say shit in the press conference?
Yeah, I think he said all he could say, and because like then it would have taken away from everything that the moment. Like then you have to like answer the question. No, like let it unfold, let it simmer. The headlines said enough.
But if we're doing that, we gotta tell, hey Rock, listen, when you go in his press conferences, bro, you gotta like chill out with. You can't be like, oh, we had a good time, it was fun out there. You know, I told Travis to hit Cody, but not too much. And like, bro, you gotta like chill. Let the story.
Yo, can we talk about that actually? Because Travis Scott
that could have been the MVP. Travis Scott punching the shit out of Cody Rhodes. That was crazy.
Man,
bro, he slapped the hell out of that man, bro.
He left a welt. That's where that purple welt came from.
Yeah. Like, tell the modern Rodman to chill out, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. He look like a badass toddler. Like, you know, when the toddler like swing a damn toy and just whack somebody in their damn stuff. That was Travis Scott, because it was like, why they and first, mind you, he going crazy trying to kill Cody, pushing Cody up. Cena's like, bro, do the spot.
Yeah.
So then he down, and then he caught
chill.
LaFlame and it slapped the hell out of him. It's like,
it was weird.
God damn.
What's weird about seeing Cena Rook last point, seeing Cena do that, he still look, obviously this is the first time doing this, but he still look a little awkward with being the heel as far as like how to hit Cody or where to. He's like he got the watch in his hand, and he's still acting like John Cena, the good guy, like this and shit. And I'm like, bro, what heel does that, bro? Again, this is new to him. I get it, but like, anyway, I need Cena to come out with a brand new theme song. No more jorts. No more colorful T-shirts. Come with a suit and tie, whatever it is. Like, let's fucking go and let's enjoy this ride that The Rock is gonna take us on for the next 10 months.
Dominic Toretto's brother, I'm telling you.
Yeah, if he looked like how he looked in Fast, whatever, like that's a heelish looking John Cena. I'll take that. Black shirt, black pants, whatever it is. Like, don't come with the white kicks and the shorts. Like, we're not doing that, bro. You might as well.
Do we have any ideas who the other person or persons? Because everybody's saying it's only going to be one more person.
We don't have enough time for that. But I tell you this, because we asked Cornell that on Saturday.
Okay.
Names of note were like Jacob Fatu, the Street Profits, Jade, or Bianca. Like, those with some names that were thrown out that could be part of this new corporation. You need tanks.
You need tanks to protect him, because he shouldn't be touched.
And maybe one more former world champion. Like, you need, like, I mentioned Brock, and I mentioned Orton earlier today. Like, you might need one more heavyweight guy. Then you get a tag team, get a female involved, and I think someone said on social, Carmelo Hayes should be on this roster. So we'll see. Imagine Brock on the shit, bro. Like, imagine he's number 3. Like,
what?
Yeah, bro, all that shit makes sense. Brock and The Rock had beef. Cena and Brock had beef. Cody and Brock, Cody and Cena, Cody and Rock, like all these, everybody's intertwined. Roman with all these guys is like, yo,
bro, you put Brock Lesnar with Cody Rhodes. I mean, we put Brock Lesnar with John Cena and The Rock.
That's right.
That's literally Kevin Durant and Jordan and the Golden State Warriors. Bro, like that's literally Kevin Durant, Jordan, Golden State. So you might as well just get them all the titles.
But you said, hey, on the other side, I get Cody, I get CM Punk, I get Roman Reigns, I get Jey Uso.
Yo, I just thought of
Randy Orton. So
I just thought of another potential. And I know I know you said that's a whole other show. You're very right. So I'll just throw out one. I won't throw out too many. But it then gives Gunther something else to do. He holds himself as this elite level. You all are all beneath me. But he wouldn't say that to The Rock. He wouldn't say that to John Cena. So if he's like, he's like the young one. Like, let's say it was, the new version of Evolution to a degree, right? He would be the Orton. He'd be the young one that they're all like, we're gonna elevate you. We see it in you. We know one day you'll be the terror of you'll be the scourge. Like, so I think it could make sense, especially because he's gonna drop the belt to Jay, or at least we hope.
Yeah.
Right. So then it gives Gunther another level without having to have the belt to reach that next level.
I can see it. Rock would be Flair. Cena would be Hunter. If there's like a new evolution, then you find two young guys or gals or a tag team.
Yeah.
I think a tag team.
You put Gunther with Cena and Rock, brother.
Days.
They all
could talk on the mic. Carmelo Hayes. I saw somebody throw out LA Knight.
Like Luka joined the Lakers.
Oh wow!
Bro. Except the Lakers kept KD. I mean AD. That's
we just have so
what
many
I
ways
say.
to go. And again, shout out to The Rock, man. He just understands the psychology of it. Look at this. It's beautiful.
Hey, every Mania season, we like, yeah, I'm cool. Once he shows up, everybody just changes the gear. Everybody's hyped now. ESPN was talking nothing about anything before The Rock and the Cena thing, and everybody WrestleMania in Vegas. Yo, where was you at 2 months ago, fam, when the Rumble was popping off?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it is WrestleMania season, so I get that. But it's like the end game is, how do you keep it going post WrestleMania, because The Rock may not be around. I think Cena gonna be around, but like, even if you get the Stone Colds and all that, like, they're one and done. I would love to see The Rock still be more involved, something like that, but they won't be actively involved. So, anyways, Terrence at Lower East Scribe, Kenny Holt at Cowabunga _K_E_N. My man Cornell Gunther with an underscore at the end, all on social media, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. Find the podcast on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, also on Amazon Music, youtube.com/Cruise Control Podcast. Go ahead, download, rate, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Show some love and support for your boys on the program. Also, ProWrestlingTees.com/Cruise Control for the official 2 out of 3 Falls podcast t-shirt. We're also on TikTok, so a lot of these, I did not get to the responses next time. It's a lot of comments. So when Cornell was on last 2 days ago about his SummerSlam plans and War Games plan, and people were commenting. I'll bring it up next time, but I got some good feedback on that. But it's 12:30 here in New York. I know work and stuff tomorrow. I apologize for keeping you guys late. But from Terrence, Kenny Holt, Cornell, Randy Cruz, 2 out of 3 Falls podcast. See you guys Friday, right? Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm in there.
I'm with it.
All right, bet. Say less. I got you guys. All right. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt.
All right.